Liverpool have several fundamental elements to their game that Jurgen Klopp insists on, and the evidence to date is that they tend to work pretty well. But one of them, the high defensive line that sees Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip push close to the halfway mark when out of possession, leaving space in behind them, has bizarrely come under fire once again. The principle is simple. With the centre-backs pushed up, that gives less space for the opponent to play through, allowing greater chance for an attacker to win the ball back high up the field. Should the ball be played over the top, Liverpool back themselves to defend it with their defensive speed or for Addison to sweep up in whatever manner is required. But a myth has emerged at times this season that they're defensively porous or that their high line is a risk not worth taking. The opposite could not be more true. Liverpool's offside trap is prone to playing tricks on spectators. Liverpool's man of the moment Fabinho was tasked with speaking to the media after his match-winning goal against Burnley on Sunday afternoon, but to his surprise, the Brazilian was questioned about Liverpool's defensive display despite their clean sheet. "They had a lot of chances today," said the reporter, to which Fabinho quickly replied, "No, not really." The reporter's comments mirrored those made by commentators during the game, and Match of the Day 2 also decided to show Burnley's clear-cut efforts in their highlight reel. Of the 4 Burnley shots that were replayed on the BBC programme, 2 would not have counted if they'd found the back of the net. "They need to be more clinical," said the pundits on the show in their analysis, yet little attention was dedicated to how Liverpool had caught them offside several times. It was the same story again on Wednesday night's Champions League clash with Inter Milan, with commentators and pundits once again giving Inter plaudits for their offside chances. The reigning Italian champions did have dominant spells, however they failed to register a single shot on target for the first time at the San Siro since 2009. Though this didn't stop BT Sport's analysis of their offside chances, such as Edin Dzeko slotting home an offside one-on-one with no praise once again for Liverpool's efficient high line. Due to modern refereeing and the addition of VAR, linesmen are now instructed to refrain from immediately raising their flags. They're encouraged to let moves play out instead before flagging and consulting technology further down the line. The Reds caught Burnley offside several times during their Premier League clash, which is the second highest total that Liverpool have posted in the Premier League this season. Jurgen Klopp's offside trap is a staple of his playing style. Inspired by Arrigo Sacchi, the German coach instructs his players to behave as one unified entity, while keeping a high defensive line and pressing in the final third. Speaking in December, Pep Lijnders, Klopp's assistant, said, "Jurgen has said before that many of the foundations of his philosophy were based on the principles of the Milan coach. There are so many elements that touched us, but firstly, the emphasis on the offside trap. This subtle ploy has been an integral part of their success. So far this season, no team in Europe's top 5 leagues have caught their opponents offside more than Liverpool, who boast an impressive total of 101. For context, the next best English side places 13th with just 61 offsides, 40 less than Liverpool. As a result of Klopp's tactical approach and the changes made to refereeing due to VAR, the Reds can appear as though they're in trouble on the defensive side of the game, when really they're not. Liverpool's offside trap can seem risky from an outside perspective, but thanks to VAR, the team are safe. Klopp knows that if an opposing player is offside by a little more than an inch or two, the right call will or should be made. Ultimately, although Liverpool's defence can appear leaky in certain moments, it is much more watertight than many seem to think.